We are live. Hey, welcome back, everyone. And I just want to say it's an honor. I, it's just we've been gone for so long. Um, this is going to be a new platform that I'm using, so I have to get used to it. You won't hear any introduction music, maybe for the first few episodes until I can figure this out. But I like how they have the little ticker at the bottom that scrolls to the top. I feel like I'm on ESPN. We got Brother Dan on the show today.
I am back, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a long time, and I'm looking forward to getting back at this and having a good time with this podcast of ours. So we'll see what
Hell
it
yeah.
brings. We'll see the crazy shows we can get going for y'all.
And the funny shows. So, as you can see down at the bottom, guys, current NFL standings, pick'ems for Week 14, and some fantasy football later on today. So, what that means is me and Danny are going to talk about. We have three. Well, I have 8 leagues. I'm not going to talk about all 8 of my leagues, but me and Danny share a league together, 2 of them, and we're doing pretty solid in those. And then we also have another league where we go against each other in. So,
and we could absolutely share information there because I need to know what you're thinking, so I don't want it all.
You guys are gonna pick my brain. You guys are gonna see what Danny has got a first-hand look at all season. He asked me to assist him with these 2 teams because he wanted to get an inside look at what I do throughout the entire season. And I'm like, you know what? All right, I should just tell the world this. The only thing that sucks is I know a lot of my friends are gonna listen to my podcast and they're gonna take my advice and use it against me, and it's going to suck. But I'm ready for it, man. I'm ready for the chance. Oh, I know you're right behind me in the standings. But so as of right now, we are going to talk about last night's game. We're also going to talk about the AFC East and who we think is going to win the AFC East. How do you like in your Patriots destroying the Bills yesterday in the run game and literally only throwing it 3 times?
I fucking hated it, to be quite honest. Let me tell you why. Because our leagues and the one that I'm against doing, I had Josh Allen in all of them, and I needed fucking touchdowns. Excuse my language, ladies and gentlemen, but I was kindly heated for it. Did not go well. We lost by 12 points. Me and Derek lost, and wasn't happy about it. It was a boring game. I mean, winds, 45, 50 mile per hour gusts. I mean, wasn't good at all. I mean, if you think about it, though, in retrospect, it was some of the best coaching by Bill Belichick. That's some old school nasty football. Running the ball, I believe, was 46 times. 3 pass attempts for 19 yards. I mean, that's some old school football. And that just shows you how good of a rushing team they have. Like, so run-oriented, dominated, good defense, everything. Absolutely. But it also shows you the Buffalo Bills. I apologize for cutting you off there, my friend. How bad of a running football team that they have. It's very shitty, to be quite honest.
Literally couldn't stop it at all. I felt real bad for him, man. I just kept seeing him running. It kind of reminded me of what Frank Reich did against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last week, where he just kept passing the ball and passing the ball and passing the ball and passing the ball. And he didn't run the ball until like the 4th quarter or something like that. I'm like, damn, Bill Belichick, he's doing it. He is just running it down their throats. He said, fuck throwing. We obviously don't want to take the risk and chances and throw the ball because it could be an interception. You don't know what's going to happen. I was pissed off too as well because I had, I think it's Jacoby Myers is what his name is, or something like that, Jacob Myers. He got 0 points. 0 points because they didn't throw the ball at all. And I had Ramondre Stevenson on the bench, and I could just put him in and got some points. Still would have lost no matter what. It just sucks that I couldn't put somebody else in to, like, I just like to have more points on my team, even if I'm losing. So that way at the end of the season, it kind of helps me out because, points, they matter. And that's another thing we're talking about in our fantasy football is, like, when you guys are going throughout the season, you want as many points every single week because at the end of the season, points matter. Tiebreakers, when you're going into playoffs, things like that, seeding, all that. And if you're not paying attention to that, you're like, fuck it, and you're okay with goose eggs, it's gonna suck for you at the end of the season when you're like, oh damn, I'm fucking 5 points behind this guy and I'm missing the playoffs. If you didn't have that goose egg like I did with Boston Scott in your lineup getting 0 points, or Jacoby Myers. Yeah.
Can I add on to that? First of all, for everyone that's going to be watching our podcast, I apologize that I'm fucking with my ear a little bit. I have really bad cauliflower ear. It's kind of like how my fantasy team went yesterday. Just keep on falling apart. So this headphone's going to keep on falling apart in my right ear. So I apologize for it. Just going to keep on trying to stick it back in like the Patriots did with the running game. But we'll see what happens.
So, yeah, the New England Patriots and Buffalo Bills, and we also have the Miami Dolphins. They're getting kind of up there. I mean, they're only 3 games behind New England now.
Only
It's getting
3?
towards the end of the season. Only 3, but they still have a shot at making the playoffs in the wild card. So that division is much, much alive. But in that division, who do you think will make playoffs, and who do you think is going to win the division? Obviously, we know it's not going to be the Jets.
In the beginning of the year, everybody is having the Buffalo Bills being 14-2, and I wasn't right behind there with it. I'm thinking more like, well, I said 14-2. Sorry, I forgot about the schedule change. 15-2, or whatever the extra game is. However, I had them winning the division, but by not that many games. I had the New England Patriots as my dark horse team to dethrone them and win the division. If they had good defense, a good quarterback play, depending on who they drafted at quarterback. I said to everybody in the beginning of the year at work, friends of mine, that they would win the division. And behold, 7-game win streak, some of the best defensive play I've seen all year. A good quarterback play. It's like a young Tom Brady. Hey, I don't need to throw 50 touchdowns.
Are they back?
That's too soon to say. But when you have a guy like Bill Belichick, they almost beat the Buccaneers.
It's like they just took a year off.
Yeah, right? But who knows Tom Brady's weaknesses more than Bill Belichick? What he likes to do, what he doesn't like to do. So I'm like, yeah, I mean, Brady won it last year. But what if it happens like the Patriots and Buccaneers are in the Super Bowl? I don't know who would win at that point. Yeah, they're going to make the playoffs. They're going to win a division. I don't think the Buffalo Bills are going to make the playoffs. I think they're going to get eliminated from playoff contention at this point. Because next week they have the New England, I almost said New England Buccaneers.
The Bucks.
Yeah. Right? Fucking around so much with it, I'm like New England Buccaneers. But Tampa Bay Buccaneers at this point, I'm like, they're not going to win next week. And then the remaining schedule, they have the Patriots again. I just don't see them making the playoffs. I see it like, I don't know. Patriots are going to win that division, and it's probably going to be like the Ravens or Bengals to make the playoffs, or like a wild card spot, but it won't be the Bills. They won't be in the playoffs.
Well, I don't know. See, I know everyone's riding that hype train. It's obviously the Patriots, but Tom Brady's not on that team anymore. I know it's Bill Belichick, but Mac Jones is a rookie, and there is a reason why Bill Belichick didn't put the ball into Mac Jones' hands and just ran it every single time except for 3 times. Because I'm telling you right now, if Tom Brady was in that game, Tom Brady would be slinging that ball. He wouldn't just be running the ball all the time. I mean, they probably run it a lot because they used to do that a lot, just, ground and pound, old school football just to win these games. But he's still throwing the football. I don't think he has enough confidence in Mac Jones. And this is what I think is going to happen. I mean, I still think the Patriots are going to make. Yeah, I think he could lose confidence. I think what's going to happen is that the Buffalo Bills are going to win their division. Because the Colts are going to beat the New England Patriots next week. That's my bold prediction. And that's going to put them 1 game back on, or Buffalo is going to win next week, and they're going to only be 1 game back on the Patriots. And all they have to do is just keep creeping up on them. Patriots lose 1 more game. We only have, 4 or 5 more weeks to go? I'm telling you. I know that Patriots will make the playoffs, but I have a feeling the Buffalo Bills will make the playoffs and also win that division. But speaking of the New England Patriots and the Colts, who do you have winning that game when they come out next week? Because right now they're on a bye. Both teams are going to be getting really, really healthy coming out of the bye.
Well, let me stop you there for everything you said. That's bad game planning by the Bills offensive coordinator and head coach. Obviously, 50-mile gust winds and whatever. I'm like, you're not gonna be able to throw the football. No matter if you're gonna have to throw a little dink passes here and there, and try not to throw it deep all the time. You know what I mean? I don't think it's a Mac Jones question if I trust you or not. Obviously, he won the starting job in the preseason over Cam Newton, excuse me. So it's not a question there whether he's good or not. I mean, he won the job over a former MVP, and he's the best rookie quarterback to come out of the draft with the best system available for him to develop as one of the best quarterbacks. So he's in the best situation possible to maximize his potential. He's not with the Chicago team. He is not with the Lions team. He is. The list can go on and on. You know what I mean? So he's not with the Jets team. So he's got the perfect situation. He's got to just take care of the football. That's all. Why pass when the winds are 50 miles per hour? If you know your team's that good at running the football, take advantage of it. Your team's that good at defense, take advantage of it. You don't need the pass. It's not a confidence issue at that point. It's just like, hey, I just don't.
Here's the reason why I say his confidence, because I believe the dude's only has 12 touchdowns on the entire year. I want to say it's like 6 or 7 interceptions. And I noticed a lot because I watched a lot of the Patriots games because I have some of their players. Myers is one of them. I have a few other ones. But I noticed that they stall out an awful lot in the red zone. And who kicks a lot of field goals? Nick Folk. How do I know that? I have him. And that boy gets me like 16 points every single week. He's been a solid kicker and underrated all season. Because people thought the Patriots were shit. 12 touchdowns, I believe. I can look that up for you, buddy.
No, it's actually 16. It's actually 16.
Oh, you have it all? What did you get? 4 more touchdowns?
No, look, I want you to look. I want you to look it up. I want you to look it up.
Yeah, you want me to be wrong is what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
That's still 16 touchdowns?
Yeah. Over 2,800 yards.
It's terrible.
No, it's not. Not for a rookie. It's a game manager type.
I'm not going to lie, though. Mac Jones is actually doing pretty good compared to all the other rookies that are currently starting right now or not even starting. Everyone had him. Like, I wouldn't say everyone because there are a lot of people that still believed in Mac Jones, but everyone's high on Trevor Lawrence, and he's been trash. Everyone was high on Justin Fields. I was high on Justin Fields. Trash. Who's the other? Trey Lance. And that dude's not even starting. He gets a few carries here.
Well, he got injured. Let's be fair there. He got injured.
Still, even when he was playing, he only got a few carries. I think he played one game. It was a spot start because Jimmy got injured. Just saying.
Wait, Bill Belichick coaches for another 10 years. And like, I got another dynasty of a quarterback. There's another 6 Super Bowls.
So he's at a 2-to-1 touchdown ratio. 16 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. I just don't want him on my team, man. He's a game manager, but he can't score touchdowns. They run him in a lot, and they also stall out in the red zone. And the reason that they stall out in the red zone is because he can't throw to any receivers. Now, I think it could be the fact that they don't have any good receivers on their team. I'm not really downplaying Mac Jones. Name a good player on their team besides Kendrick Bourne, because Kendrick Bourne's been balling out lately these last few weeks. But before that, Myers has been up and down all season. Hunter Henry, he's touchdown dependent.
I know, but is he scoring touchdowns when it matters?
Maybe. We'd have
Johnny Smith, he's in a system transitional year. He was with the Titans. I think next year will be his year.
I think he's just there to block Johnny Smith. He's a really good blocker, and I think that's what he's there for. I think they need more offensive, explosive weapons. That's why when I think they go to the playoffs, I don't think everyone thinks that they're going. I mean, maybe. I mean, Bill Belichick's a goddamn genius, dude, and I never doubt that fucking man. Him and Brady are the two dudes. I always used to talk shit all the time and be like, they're not gonna make it, they're not gonna do it, and then they do it. And then I'm like, fuck. Then I eat my words.
Have you watched Man in Arena?
I've only watched the first 2 episodes. I think the last 2 episodes episodes and I haven't had a chance to watch yet. Have
The
you been
fourth
watching
episode, they talk
Colts
about
Hard
the
Knocks?
2007 season.
The undefeated one?
And the
Or
one
the
that
one
they
that
lost.
cheated in?
I mean, it depends how you look at it. But if you look
Okay.
on these 4 episodes, you kind of get an idea how Belichick is and Tom Brady is, and how great they are, and how they handled everything. And I'm like, other teams would have broke under that pressure. I'm just saying.
I'm about to watch that.
No,
Have you
especially the
watched
4th
the Colts
episode.
Hard Knocks yet?
I've watched a little bit of that.
It's pretty lit, man. I've been liking it.
By the way, they refer your Colts teams to the show The Outsiders, or the book, The Patriots. Like they're the greasers, and then
Who
you
says
guys are the pretty boy guys.
You know what's really
I think it
makes
was
me
Teddy.
mad?
What?
You guys, the Patriots are coming into town. In the last, I think it's like 5 times or 6 times you guys have played us. You fucking have blown us out by running all over us. I hope to God that these fucking Colts remember this shit, because if they don't, I'm gonna be pissed if we win. I honestly hope we beat the fuck out of you guys. I hope we beat you guys so bad that everyone else in the AFC starts to take notice. I hope Jonathan Taylor gets 5 tutties on you guys. My bold prediction is Jonathan Taylor gets 2 touchdowns and runs for 200 yards on the Patriots. And everyone's going to be like, damn, he's the MVP. And what happened to the Patriots. And then they're also going to start saying how the Colts are the hottest team in the AFC. Or we just get blown out again. You guys fucking run us over, and we're just not going to make the fucking playoffs. I'm just done with this fucking season. It's either
I
or.
think
That's
Mac
how it's going
Jones.
to play out.
I don't even think they're going to run the football at all. I think Mac Jones is going to throw 4 touchdowns against you guys, and they're going to shut you out 28-0.
I think we're going to destroy Mac Jones. I think, honestly, it's going to be a really hard day.
It's very hard to be a Colts
let's get
fan.
off of that. And speaking of the Colts, who do you think is going to win that division? You think it's going to be the Tennessee Titans, the Houston Texans, the Colts, or we're kidding? It's not going to be the Texans or the Jaguars.
Yeah, they're already eliminated from postseason contention.
Yeah, Colts or Titans?
Colts will make a wild card. I think the Titans will win the division still. Losing Derrick Henry is a big blow to them. I don't know, though, because still Julio Jones with a hamstring injury the last couple of years. I mean, in hindsight now, you look back at that, and I'm like, man, you traded for him, and now he's had these hamstrings injuries again. I mean, I think he's past his prime, too injury prone at this point to be an elite receiver. The name was good, but it didn't translate on the field. A.J. Brown, he's been up and down. When he's been playing,
He's
been
injured
good.
too.
Yeah, it's been good. He's been good when he's playing.
He's on IR right now, though. I think he went on IR this last week. This past week that just passed.
If they make the playoffs, they'll be 1 and done.
Oh yeah, like usual. No, I'm just kidding. Like last year, they actually went, I think, 2 games in. They could be a dangerous team. So this is what I think is going to happen. Okay. I don't think. I think the Colts are going to win the division. I don't think that the Titans will win the division, but I think they will make the playoffs. But I think the Titans make a deep run if they can get Derrick Henry back in the playoffs. If they can't get him back in the playoffs, I don't think they can.
Are you saying the Colts make the playoffs just because you're a fan, or just saying it's what's happened?
We have a middle-of-the-pack defense, but we also have an opportunistic defense. We have the defense that gets the most turnovers, and we score the most points in the league. We also have Jonathan Taylor, who's literally the MVP of the season so far, and he's just running people over. And as long as Frank Reich can understand that, all they're going to do is just run the ball down people's throats, play that old-school smash-mouth football, and just have a really sound defense that's going to keep the other players and the other teams from scoring. We're gonna have this thing in the bag, man. I'm telling you. We can.
What do you mean What do you mean MVP of the season, though?
You haven't heard? Yeah, he's an MVP candidate. Go check him on here. I'll tell you on DraftKings right now.
No. I already know, but you're telling me he's an MVP over Tom Brady.
Yeah. What he's doing right now is quite impeccable. Yeah, you probably won't because it's MVP QB is what it's called. Just saying.
You don't think Tom deserves it for everything he's done this year?
Nope.
Injuries on the defense and everything?
Nope. I do not. I can't
I
find
see.
it, but I'll have to look it up before.
I can't find it either because I can't see it on my phone. It must be just Colts fanism or whatever.
No, I
Colts
can't find the
talk.
MVP props. And I think it's because DraftKings hides it in certain sections. And I'm not
I would
messing
hide
around
it
with it.
too.
So
Like,
look
who'd
for
want
that.
a Colts player as an MVP?
I mean, can you imagine that though? I mean, who's the last person to win MVP as a running back? Is his name Adrian Peterson?
Was it really 2012, right? After he tore his ACL, he came back that
Mm-hmm.
2012 season and for those 2,000 yards. Almost
Yep,
broke Eric
2000 and
Dickerson's record.
did Derrick Henry win an MVP with his 2,000 yard season, or did somebody else?
No, he didn't. I think he had two of them actually, and he didn't win either one. He should have won it the last 2 years, I think. But they go with
Damn,
quarterbacks. Honestly,
it's fucking
I love
bullshit.
quarterback play. Don't get me wrong, but I know with Derrick Henry and everything, I know at least one of them he should have won it for sure.
You know what I have a great idea that I feel like the NFL should take up in. All right, so you know how in Major League Baseball they have WAR, and it's like the average of like that players weight to their team and how much of an impact they make on the game compared to all the players that are on their team, and then that's like their WAR average or something like that. They should
Yeah,
do the same thing for players in the NFL. Like there has to be some sort of statistical category that like lets you know this person, like Jonathan Taylor, for example, he makes up 23% of this team's, blah blah blah. Like that's his WAR average or some shit like that. Like they need to create something like that so it's kind of easier to choose
for the
who
team.
the MVP is. You're like, oh fuck yeah, of course. Like this dude's a goddamn beast. They wouldn't be this far in the game unless if they didn't have this player, And it's
But
kind of
let's
true
be
because if
real.
we didn't have Jonathan Taylor, we wouldn't be here right now.
Sorry for cutting you off there for a second. But let's be realistic, my man. They're not going by statistics, not going to think anything. They're going by stats over the last couple of years, player name, history, what he's done in the past. They're just doing it by like fan favorite, like, oh my god, he's done really well that game, that game, that game. Now let's
He
take a
ran for
step
5
back.
touchdowns.
I understand that, but that doesn't always guarantee you that. You know what I mean? Let's look at the intangibles. So if he doesn't score a touchdown that game, what did he do besides that touchdown? Did he block really well?
I think he ran for 164 yards. He did block very well.
No, I'm just saying not for any game. I'm just saying for particularly like Derrick Henry did well last year. He didn't win MVP. You know what I mean? So I'm just like I feel like it's a quarterback driven league for MVPs. That shouldn't
I
be that
agree.
way. Shouldn't be
So
that
right
way.
now, Jonathan Taylor has already exceeded his total carries from last year. He's at 241 right now.
What did he
He
have
has
last year?
1,300. I think he had like 230 or something like that.
Wow.
He has 1,348 rushing yards on the season currently. We're only in week 14. Week 14 hasn't started yet. So we have week 14, 15, 16, 17, and I think 18. So 5 games left. He's got 16 touchdowns on the season already. Like, I mean, shit, he gets a
16?
touchdown a game. Yeah, 16, bro. If he gets 4
Is that
more
a Colts
touchdowns,
record?
that boy's got 20.
Is that a Colts
I
record?
don't know if it's a Colts record. I know he's been shattering a lot of Colts records lately. I want to say Marshall Faulk might have the Colts record. I'm not 100% on that though. He might have been on another team when he broke that record,
I thought he was with
but
the Rams.
could have been. I could look that up too. Hold on.
What
And he's
fault
also
am I
got
thinking of? There was a
he's
fault
got
with the
5.6
Patriots too.
average.
There's a couple different faults. There was one with
Most
the
rushing
Rams.
touchdowns all time in a season for Indianapolis Colts. Wow. Ooh, it's actually the record. He tied it this week with it's with Lenny Moore. Lenny Moore is the other player who has 16 touchdowns for the Colts. So if anything after this, it's all Jonathan Taylor's record, man. And then
Good
I'm
for
just letting
him.
you know right now, the record for the NFL is 28.
Oh,
So he needs
OT,
12
right?
more. Yeah, well, Damian Tomlinson, yeah.
2006, right?
I have no idea. Probably. I think
So when the
that's when
Chargers
they're
went
ending.
14-2, they lost the Patriots that were 10-6. And the 10-6
Oh, then I
Patriots
wouldn't
lost you
doubt it.
guys in the AFC Championship game 38-34.
Yeah, I
You guys
wouldn't
ended
doubt
up
it,
winning
man.
the
But yeah,
Super Bowl against the Bears 29-17. How do I remember all
you
these
said
stats?
14-2,
Fucking stat
and
book.
Colts could easily have a way better record, man. I'm telling you, Colts are better than what people are saying or what the stats say. Like if you go back and watch these games, there's like 4 or 5 games we literally gave away. Buccaneers game, the Ravens game, the Titans game early on the season, and there was another game that we gave away. I'm telling you, there's been 4 games we kept really close and just literally gave them away. It could be a different story right now. We could be at the top of our division. People are like, oh my god, the Colts are like great ass, blah blah blah. But no, we just fuck up. But I'm telling you right
You
now,
guys just don't like
keep
winning.
watching Jonathan
Okay.
Taylor and the Colts.
But I got to say, it's pretty impressive. I have a memory recall like that. I can name certain seasons and do records and stats and shit like that.
So going on to the AFC North, who do you think is going to win the AFC North? We got Baltimore, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, and Cleveland. Cleveland and Pittsburgh are both actually Pittsburgh's at 6-5, Cleveland's at 6-6, Cincinnati's at 7-5, and Baltimore's at 8-4.
Okay, Baltimore just lost Humphrey. They lost. What's the other running backs? Not the running back. Did they lose? They did lose a running back. I can't remember his name now. Jobbins. But I'm not thinking of running back. I'm thinking of the other cornerback opposite of Humphrey. What's his name again?
I know what you're talking about.
He played
I
for the
can't.
Chiefs for a
I can
little
look him
bit.
up if you want.
Yeah, look it up for me real quick because
I think you're talking about. Let me just do this.
actually I'm a little bothered by it now.
Baltimore Ravens roster.
Played for the. I think he played for the Rams. I think he played for the Chiefs. I can't
You
think of
said Marlon
their.
Humphrey and Anthony Everett or Marcus Peters. Marcus Peters.
Marcus Peterson. He
You're
played
talking
for
about.
the. I believe he played for the Rams and Chiefs as well.
Yeah,
But
Peters. Marcus Peters.
yeah, he injured it. But that was before the season. But they lost to another stud, Humphrey, to the pec injury. But they've still been winning games. But Lamar Jackson has regressed a little bit, But they're still winning despite that. I still think the Ravens in that division, and probably the Bengals as a wild card.
What happened to the Bengals, dude? I feel like they kind of like faltered here, man. They were starting off really, really hot and strong, and then like Jamar Chase, he was really good at the end of the season, and now it's just been all T Higgins and like some Boyd sprinkled in here and there.
I think a lot of that has to do with injury. The defensive and offensive side, and coaching too. On top of that, still a young coach, you too. Where did they go? 114, 115 last year. I don't think they won more than 2 games, but
They
and then
might have. I think
Joe,
they won 2 or 3.
but Joe Burrow injured his hand during that game. Mixon injured his neck. Defense was playing hot. Now it's in kind of a funk. I just think it's this bad
Did you see
timing.
his?
I don't think it's.
Did you see his pinky?
No, I said his finger or whatever.
No, did you see it though? Did you see his pinky? In the game, it was like so fucking swollen. I'm telling you, it looked like it was on steroids
Oh,
because he
I
hit on
thought
someone's
you.
helmet. Yeah.
Yeah, probably hurt like it had to hurt like a motherfucker.
Yeah, he was slinging that ball around with that fucking broken ass pinky or whatever.
That's impressive. That's bad on the team too, though. You know what I mean? That's their franchise quarterback, and he got an ACL injury last year. Now he has a hand injury. You take him out right away because if he keeps on piling injuries year 1 and year 2, you're not doing something right. I understand a freak injury like that's going to happen once in a while, but he's a good fucking quarterback.
He really is. He's been pretty good. I have the Ravens winning that division. I don't think the
Same.
Bengals can catch them. I still think the Bengals make the playoffs though. Um, and I think that the Ravens lose first round. I actually think that they don't have what it takes. They've lost too much on defense. They literally can't stop anybody. And I feel like everyone's kind of figured out who Lamar Jackson is now, and they already know how to stop him. So I feel like he's going to lose first round in the playoffs. When they get there, I think the Bengals will advance, and I think that the Steelers might have a shot at making playoffs, but I don't know. Like I never
I know.
know which team they are. Like they're either good or they're just terrible.
Or they have the TikTok crew. I want to play
Can't do
music when
that.
something doesn't go well in a game. I want to play music to get the morale of the team better. You got the guys on the defense saying, "Oh no, we're not going to play music. We're going to go practice in silence." That's bad
You know what?
team chemistry right now.
That's true. It's very true. I feel like I didn't even know all that stuff was happening. Honestly, like I haven't really been
Was it
paying attention to
Claypool and
Steelers.
it was Hayward, right? Claypool and Hayward.
I
They
feel
had
like they always have some drama going on out there in Pittsburgh, like with Antonio Brown back then, and then Le'Veon Bell and Ben Roethlisberger doing stuff and Pouncey, and now it's Claypool and all of them, man. Like they're always doing something.
It's unfortunate.
For the Chiefs division, you got the Chiefs, Las Vegas Raiders, Denver Broncos, and the Los Angeles Chargers. Out of those four, it's really close, and I've started noticing things inside the AFC. It's actually pretty close in the AFC, and it could go either way in the AFC because it's anyone's game in the AFC. Like right now, the Patriots they're in the lead. A year ago, they were fucking trash. It's like they just took a year off and got better. But I'm gonna start with my picks first. I think the Chiefs obviously win their division. It's Patrick Mahomes. Never count that man out. Um, I have a feeling that man, it's so close between all three of those teams. Chargers, it's the same thing. Like they're so inconsistent. And the Raiders, they're a question mark. Honestly, I don't think any of those three are going to make the playoffs. And if they do, I think they're going to lose right away.
I like the Chargers.
Unless the Denver Broncos sneak into the playoffs, and just keep running it and using their defense, I don't think they do because I don't think Teddy Bridgewater is the answer. They're going to get a quarterback next season. Probably going to be Aaron Rodgers, but who do you think is going to win that division?
I hope it's not.
I
hope it's not.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Because I mean, Teddy Bridgewater. In all fairness, Teddy Bridgewater has a 98 passer rating for them this year, which is very phenomenal. Even in hindsight, if you think about it, but a passer rate doesn't mean it guarantees you wins and everything too. It's just like how you're performing on the field. You can do a lot of dink and dunks and stuff like that, but a guy like Aaron Rodgers on that team, yeah, gross. It would be gross. But they'd be good. They had the receivers. They had the running backs. They got rid of that cancer, Von Miller.
He's not a cancer. Get out of here. Who do you think is going to win? Who do you think is going to win that division? Kansas City, Los Angeles Chargers, Las Vegas Raiders, or the Denver Broncos? And if it is the Chiefs, do you think any of the other three are going to make the playoffs?
I like the Chargers. I don't think. Man, it's hard to say because the Chiefs have been winning games despite they've been sucking. They've been winning games in an ugly fashion. So it's a little. I mean, for me personally, I still like the Chargers, but I still think the Chiefs could make it as a wild card.
So you think the Chargers are going to win the division and Chiefs make a wild card?
Mm-hmm.
But that's bold predictions up in this bitch.
But that kind of conflicts everything I had in the last prediction because you had the Ravens, and then you had my choice of the Bengals as a wild card. So
I think there's 3 people that can make the wild card now. Remember, there's 8 teams or 4. Yeah, 8 teams. No, 7 teams. I think. Yeah, 4 division, and then 3 people make a wild card.
Mm-hmm.
So, now we're gonna go over to the National Football Conference. We're going to go over to the Giants division. We got Dallas Cowboys, Washington Football Team, and the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Giants. Who do you think is going to win that division, and who do you think is making playoffs?
Oh, man. I think Dak Prescott and the Cowboys are going to win.
I agree. Do you think the other ones make playoffs?
Who?
Eagles, Giants,
The Philadelphia Seagulls? Nope.
Washington. What about Washington Football Team? They're looking
The
pretty
what?
good, dude. Taylor Heinicke slinging the rock, man. They got a really sound defense. Antonio Gibson all of a sudden is no longer injured and just balling out or something like that.
Dude,
Like either that, he's
like
just playing the injury.
I'm so mad at you that because I wanted to pick up Antonio Gibson in our league too. And you're like, he's been injured, he's been injured. And I wanted to pick him up so bad. I'm like, you just got released from the Doug Kelsey's league. I'm like, let's pick him up. Like, no,
I
injury prone.
remember
And then
he
you're
was
like, nope.
injury prone
But I'm
because he
like,
was inconsistent.
But I had a feeling about it. I had a late feeling, and it's been nothing but good. But
you're absolutely
hey,
right.
I mean, I said some plays too that didn't work out for us, so I can't be too mad about it.
We still have a really stacked team in Dead Kelsey's league, though.
Yeah, I know. Even though we shouldn't have lost this week because of the weather, but that's neither here or there.
True. So, do you think the Washington Football Team makes it?
They're
on a winning streak right now, 4 games, I think.
4 games, isn't it? Wow.
Taylor Heinicke.
The Giants, they suck. Barkley's is like the glass man. I forgot even who the other team is. I know the Patriots played him a couple of times, but who did?
Washington Football Team.
Yes, they did. I didn't watch that game actually, but I saw highlights and know. But sometimes that's any given Sunday though, like the 2007 season when the Patriots lost in the Super Bowl.
So has it been any given Sunday for 4 straight weeks?
Yes, that would never happen again. But if you watch the documentary and I'm going to go back to that documentary on the Giants in 2007, Michael Strahan. Oh. God damn it.
Michael.
Are we good?
Good. Yep.
Michael Strahan talked about, I only came back to that season because I didn't want to leave on a bad note because players were saying, oh, this team's different, this team's different. I wasn't even expecting to make the playoffs. I just wanted to go out and have fun. And then they talk about this high-powered Patriots offense in the last week of the regular season. Patriots ended up winning 38-35. And they're just like, oh, we can beat these guys. We can beat these guys. We made up game, we'll beat these guys. And talk about the Super Bowl. I forgot who the player was on the Giants and said, oh, the Patriots are going to only score 17 points. And Tom Brady disrespected them, saying only 17. And he laughed at them. And how Michael Strahan was saying in the defensive playroom, everybody took that personally. It's like he laughed at us and whatever. I actually love that. I mean, I was hurt that the Patriots lost, but I'm like, man, these Giants were like kind of gave them some fire under the wood a little bit. You know what I mean? So I'm like, But
I'm gonna watch that.
I got off topic a little bit there, but I'm like just referring to the NFC East and everything, and it was an interesting watch. I gotta say.
Yeah, no problem. I also take it that you think Washington Football Team's not making playoffs. Huh?
No, I think they can make the play. I think they will make the playoffs. So the wild card, and it reminds me of that 2007 Giants team. They have good defense.
That's what you're getting at. Okay.
Road Warriors, and they have the potential to do so.
All right. Well, I'm pretty much going to skip the next division. It's the NFC North, just because we already know the Bears and Detroit are not making playoffs, and I highly doubt Minnesota is after they just lost embarrassingly to the Detroit Lions. And what do you think about them winning in that the fashion that they did? Jared Goff, it's his first win without Sean McVay, man. Like, finally, man, and it's their first win of the season, man. Like, shout out Detroit, man. But Yep. Green Bay is already at what 9-3, and they're obviously making the playoffs. They're one of the hottest teams in the NFL. I feel like they just had a few bad weeks here, especially the very first week of the season. I'm seeing them in the NFC Championship for sure.
Oh my God! It's the fucking chick that wants to fucking clean floors again. Give me a second, Derek.
All right.
Oh, gee. Jesus Christ! Why did this pause?
All right, guys. Don't know what happened there. He'll let me know when he's back. But so yeah, we got we got the Green Bay Packers. That's the ones I'm picking to win that division. As far as the next division goes, we have Arizona Cardinals. They're on one of the hottest teams in the NFL right now. They're 10-2. I do think they're going to get a skid where they lose a game to the Colts, hopefully. But we'll see how that game goes. It depends on if they win against the Patriots. If the Colts don't win against the Patriots, they're not going to have any energy to win against the Arizona Cardinals. So the Los Angeles Rams, I think, are another team that can make the playoffs. I want to say out of all teams, I think it's going to be Dallas, Washington Redskins, Green Bay Packers, obviously the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Arizona Cardinals, and then I think the two wild card teams. Obviously, I already said Washington on the other two. I want to say it's going to be the Los Angeles Rams and the San Francisco 49ers. Those are going to be my picks to make the playoffs in the NFC. That's just, I'm sound on that already. It's said and done. No ifs and buts about it. And then as far as the AFC goes, I'm going to say it's going to be New England, Buffalo. It's going to be Baltimore and Cincinnati. It's going to be Tennessee and Indianapolis. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Kansas City. Oh, wow. It's just so fucking close. Gosh damn. Hold on. I think Danny's back. You back, bud?
Yeah, I'm back. I'm sorry. That video I sent you earlier of that lady cleaning the floors, because my PlayStation 5 just went off. It was called Mommy Dearest. So I'm just like, oh no, the crazy lady's back. I'm like, oh shit, sorry. I didn't know my PlayStation 5 would shut off in like a timely fashion like that. I'm trying to fix my phone now.
Honestly, that's funny as fuck, bro.
I just
removed you. I just removed you from the screen and started playing. Yeah. That I don't even know what that shit was. Or like you sent that shit to me. You just like some dude was on like, or there was a girl on the ground, and there was a dude who had like a wig on, and his like had some like white powder in his face, and he kept whipping powder at the chick, and then he's like washing the floor with powder.
That
I was like, what the fuck
chick.
is going on?
That was the actual chick.
Both of them were?
Yeah, it was both like a little girl, and then the mom, like, because I came back and it's like the movie's called Mommy Dearest, and are we alive right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's like, I don't know. She like abuses her kids and shit, but it's actually kind of funny, but not funny at the same time. She's like, these floors ain't clean. It's just taking powder at them. Like, I keep on thinking COVID-19. I'm like. She's like, she made her daughter go to the bathroom because the hangers and the dresses she bought her, these are $200, $300 dresses. I guess she was like cutting them and shit. She started cutting her hair and she was like, we gotta go to the bathroom. We gotta clean. And I'm like, because it was on Samsung TV. And I'm like looking at it. I'm like, this is kind of interesting now because I got them playing Madden. I'm gonna watch it.
Shit on Samsung TV, dude. That shit scares me. They have this channel on there where it's like a fake paparazzi thing where they're always trying to like interview celebrities you've never even heard of before. You're like, who the fuck is that? And why are you talking about them like they're the most important person you've ever met? Like, what the fuck? That whole Samsung TV thing is just weird. I don't watch anything on that. Any TV show that comes on there, they're always weird.
I could have helped myself. She's like, these floors aren't clean. We're not clean. And I'm like losing my mind. I'm like, what the
fuck? So I was just talking to the audience, and I was letting them know my picks and all the people that I chose for the other 7. For the NFC, like who I thought was going to make playoffs. AFC, I still can't choose in the AFC yet who I think is going. So I'm just going to move on. But what we will do is we'll do our picks for this upcoming week. Starting with Thursday, we have the Steelers and the Vikings. Who do you got on Thursday?
I have the Vikings.
You have the Vikings. I think. Are you sure the Vikings are -3?
I have the Vikings. I have the Vikings in the under.
Are you taking the Vikings money line?
Yeah.
All right. Pittsburgh Steelers are +3, and I'm taking Pittsburgh Steelers plus. Fuck. I'm gonna take Pittsburgh Steelers money line, dude, because I don't know. It could go either way between those two teams.
We know how they
and
play.
The only reason I'm taking Pittsburgh Steelers is because me and Dwyer have a bet. He owes me $100 if the Colts have a better season than the Vikings, and right now we're 2 games.
Good luck ever seeing that. How many bets did we make with him?
Well, he's paying me back on other ones. I just he owes me $25 right now for our fantasy basketball league ring, but that's about it. So I mean, that's not.
No, he's been better. That's good. I'm not calling him out or anything.
Yeah, so he better pay this $100, man. I'll be knocking on his door like, hey, need my $100.
My $100, bitch.
Fucking dog's barking now. But so for the next game, it's going to be the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. Baltimore Ravens are 2.5 plus 2.5, and Cleveland Browns are -2.5.
I like the Ravens.
You got the Ravens. I'm taking Ravens too. Yeah, I'm taking them plus 2.5. For the Raiders versus Chiefs, you got Raiders +9, Chiefs -9. Who are you taking?
Taking the Raiders.
Taking the Raiders +9.
I'm
gonna take the Chiefs -9. Okay. Next game we got Seahawks versus Texans. Seahawks -7.5, Texans 7.5.
I'm taking the Texans. I know you froze.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna take the Texans with you. I'm gonna take them plus 7.5. We got the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Tennessee Titans. They got Jaguars 9.5 plus, and then they have the Titans -9.5.
Wow, I'm taking the Jaguars.
Same, dude. That's a lot of points right there, man. And Tennessee Titans' whole team is dead, so I don't know what the fuck's going on here. Hopefully, old what's his name, Urban Meyer can grind out a win with the boys. Hopefully he's not caught in any fucking clubs or his own bar trying to fondle fucking females and shit, get into another fucking scandal. There's a scandal everywhere that man goes. Moving on. Dallas Cowboys versus Washington football team. You got Dallas Cowboys negative or -3.5. Washington football team plus 3.5.
I'm taking the Washington football team.
Same here. Let's go, Taylor Heineke. Let's go. Okay.
I really like the Washington football team.
Same. Their defense is going ham right now.
Even with the injuries they have on defense.
I know. And they're still going. I know Chase Young. Isn't he injured or out for the year?
Yeah. ACL.
Yeah, sucks, man. Shout out Chase Young. OSU. Next game is Saints -5, Jets +5.
Taking the Jets.
I'm gonna take the Saints -5. Next game is Atlanta Falcons Atlanta Falcons +3, Carolina Panthers -3.
Falcons.
I'm taking Panthers -3. We got the Giants versus the Chargers. Giants +10.5, Chargers -10.5.
Chargers.
I'm taking Chargers too. I think they're gonna get a bounce back game, and they're taking all their fucking revenge out on the Giants. We got Detroit Lions +8, Broncos -8.
Lions. I think they built off that one win game.
Dan, do you think they're going to build off this next game? Oh, shit. I'm going to take the Broncos negative. Actually, you know what? These fucking underdogs have been popping lately. I'm going to ride with Detroit right here, and take the Detroit Lions +8. Let's fucking do this, Danny. Next game is Buffalo Bills versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You got Buffalo Bills +3.5, Buccaneers -3.5.
Are you really asking me that question?
I'm going to take the Buccaneers -3.5 as well. San Francisco 49ers +1, Cincinnati Bengals -1.
Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Cincinnati Bengals -1 as well. We got the Chicago Bears, my God, +11.5 versus the Packers, minus 11.5.
I'm taking the Bears in the upset.
They always fuck him over, don't they? But I'm taking the goddamn Packers. He's gonna pull one
I'm
out.
telling you, the
Fuck him
Bears gonna
over.
come out and play.
Oh, we'll see. And then
why's my camera being all weird? There we go.
For the Monday night game, this is the Monday night game for this week. I'm just making sure we're going to the next week. We got no, it's good. I can see it. We got the LA Rams versus the Arizona Cardinals. LA Rams are +2. Arizona Cardinals -2.
I like the Rams to get off their losing woes and get a W.
I'm taking Arizona Cardinals -2. I'm going with Kyler Murray and D Hops. I'll take their back. Let's fucking go.
All right, let's see.
All right, we will see. All right, now we're going to talk about our fantasy football teams. I know we're getting around here we're at 50 minutes right now. So let's see. We have. Where's my team? There's your team. All right, Devontae's Inferno, and right now we're going to do some live analysis. So this is pretty much what I go through every single week. I go into our matchup, and I go and see who we need to start and sit for the week. I don't even look at the fucking waiver wire yet, because the first thing I'm wanting to do is wanting to see if I have the right players in for this week. If I don't, then I know instantly I need to pick up a starter off the waiver wire, or I need to look on the bench to see if there's one that's available. And then obviously, if I don't have one that's on the bench that's available, then I can go to the waiver wire. Usually, when I go to the waiver wire, it's just to improve my bench. Me and Danny have Justin Herbert as our starter this week in our Devontae's Inferno League. We also have Elijah Mitchell, Javonte Williams, D Hops, Devontae Adams, Elijah Moore, and those of you don't know who he is, he's on the New York Jets. He's been coming along pretty strong lately. Darren Waller, if he actually plays, and then Joe Mixon and Josh Allen. And we are in a 2-quarterback league for that league. That's why I named 2 quarterbacks. And yes, we do have one of the best quarterbacks in the leagues, and also one of the greatest wide receiver groups. On our bench, we're obviously going to have to get a new kicker and a new defense, because our defense.
I already took the liberty of that.
Did you drop them yet?
No, I didn't drop the Eagles, but I put in a waiver claim for the Packers.
I bet. So yeah, we can just go ahead and drop the field off the Eagles. He's already going to pick up the Packers. We have Nick Folk on a bye, but man, he's been on fire. And
the exception of last week, I mean.
We're going to have to drop him this week, honestly.
I don't want to drop him.
I know it sucks, but there's no one we can.
I gotta roll without a kicker.
You think we're going to win without a kicker? Who are we going against?
Slayers.
They got Dak Prescott. Is Dalvin Cook playing?
No, he's injured.
He means he's not playing Thursday. So he's Dalvin Cook last week?
No, he's been injured.
I know, but if he's in his lineup right now, that means he probably started him last week.
Yeah, he started him last week. I think last week he was thinking maybe he'd play a couple snaps. He lost last week, but
people not paying attention to their lineups. He also has Jamar Chase, who hasn't been doing very good lately. Cooper Kupp's been gone. He's always on fire. Damn. I don't know, man. He does have the Patriots on a bye week.
I don't want to drop the kicker. I know how I feel about the kicker. The Patriots know how their offense rolls. I just don't want to. I don't think we should risk it. We're already in the playoffs. We're not going to get a first-round bye at this point.
Well, bro, kickers are a dime a dozen is one thing you need to realize. This is one thing I'm teaching Danny, guys, is fuck the kickers. Not saying fuck them, but there's so many good kickers out there that you can always find another one on the waiver wire. So we're going to go over to the waiver wire real quick, because obviously we need a starter for this week. So let's go take a look.
Fair enough. Show me the errors in my way, young grasshopper.
So I don't know if any of you guys know, but Chris Boswell's pretty good for the Steelers. Obviously, the Steelers are fucking kind of inconsistent when they're trying to score. So why not Chris Boswell. We can rock with him for the rest of the season. Let's take a look at what his schedule is looking like. Even if, and we can always pick Folk back up. You just saw what he did this game. We've been lucky to and fortunate to have those 16-point games. But he's going against Minnesota this week, obviously, and they are third against kickers. Next week, Tennessee, seventh against kickers, and then after that, we can just drop them and pick up two other kickers, or pick up another kicker for the next 2 weeks. You know, because he's going to go against Kansas City and Cleveland.
Yeah.
But like I said, we can always pick Nick Folk back up. You know, not a lot of people pay attention to kickers when you drop them. Like, oh, they're dropping a kicker. Like, who cares? You know, and then obviously it's a bye week, so they realize that, and they're not picking them up. And the next thing you know, whole week goes around again, and here you are to pick them back up. So you can think about it. If you're willing to risk it, I'm just letting you know, seeding is very important. First round buys, they're always good to have. It's just pretty much guaranteeing you a spot to actually try and make some money. But
can we even get a first round buy at this point?
I mean, we were just tied for first, weren't we?
Yeah, Jeff lost. We lost. Slayers won. Not right Slayers. King of the Jungle won though.
I think we're in third right now.
Yeah, we're in third.
Yeah, we're in third.
King of the Jungles is now in first, but that would be like if he's gonna lose.
We just need second place. I know you're thinking about first place, which is great, but we just need second place.
The second round place get a bye too?
Yeah, the first two, and then because it's gonna be. You said it's gonna be what, 6 teams?
Yeah, 6 teams.
Yeah, so the first 2 get a bye, and the next 4 play each other, and then the next week it's the top 4, and then after that it goes to the top 2, and then there's the winner.
Okay, so we need to win this week. Okay.
Ooh, damn. You did put a claim in for Green Packers. New Orleans is on there too. So if we don't get the Packers, look for New Orleans, or also you guys can look for the Denver Broncos because they're going against the Detroit Lions. They're just 3 trash teams right there. You just look for the 3 trash teams that you can stream a defense against. Right now it's New Orleans versus the New York Jets, Green Bay versus Chicago, and Denver Broncos versus Detroit. You can grab any of those and do that. Also, if you're feeling risky, grab the Tennessee Titans against the Jaguars. Jaguars offense is trash, not very good, and their defense is pretty sound, so it'd be a low-scoring game. You could take a chance of, Tennessee getting a couple sacks and maybe a turnover here and there. Depending on, if Darren Waller doesn't play, who's our backup tight end?
We got rid of Ertz. So I could put a Cooper.
Oh, so do we have room to pick up another player? Just like we don't have to drop anybody.
No, we have to drop someone if we want to pick someone up.
Oh, damn. Well, Knox is available there, and so is Pat Freiermuth. I'd probably grab Pat. He's pretty solid. Hold on.
He's not in the league where we're going to be able to pick up a tight end no matter what. It's just Knox didn't do anything last week either, so no matter what, we would have been fucked.
This is going to be a tough week for us. I have a feeling that the Slayers is going to have Dak Prescott, Devin Singletary, Mark Ingram, Cooper Kupp, CeeDee Lamb, Jamar Chase, Mark Andrews, Christian Kirk, Kirk Cousins, and Greg Zuerlein against us. That's what he's going to do. Right now, we can put Justin Herbert, Javonte Williams, Darren Waller, DJ Moore, DeAndre Hopkins, all the people I named earlier, and then all we have to do is get a kicker and a defense. And
whatever you want to do. Whatever you want.
I hope to God that Darren Waller plays. We're just going to see what Darren Waller does, and we'll see what's going on later on in the week.
I already put him in our lineup. I'm thinking he's going to play.
Hopefully he does, man. All right, moving on to X Factor. So in X Factor, we're going to start a couple players and bench a couple players. Devontae Smith is pissing me off. So we're going to start Van Jefferson. We have Joe Burrow, Javonte Williams, James Robinson, T. Higgins, Van Jefferson, T.J. Hawkinson, and Austin Eckler as our starters. On the bench, we got Chuba Hubbard, Melvin Gordon, Devontae Smith, Jerry Jeudy, Rashad Bateman, Cortland Sutton, Devontae Parker, and Nick Folk. I also have Kansas City's defense. I'm assuming, Danny, you probably want to keep the kicker. we could probably do that in this league if you really want to.
You know how I feel about Nick Folk.
Yeah, at least you can keep him in one league, but
whatever you want to do, man. If you think we can win without him, but I'm like, that's fine. I just feel like obviously we could drop into Doug Kelsey's league because no one's gonna pick up a kicker in that league. It's an 8-man league. This one's 12.
Well, you should pick up Green Bay, and if you can't pick up Green Bay, get the Saints for our defense and drop the Saints. As far as our kicker go, you can just pick up Greg the Leg and drop Rashad Bateman because we can just pick him back up. No one seems to like him. I do, but no one else does.
No one else likes him because they think Lamar Jackson's a running back.
You know what I think we should really do, though?
Tony's going to be big in the playoffs, too. I think so.
I think we should drop.
No, give me your pick. How big of a drop you want to make? I'm all for it. If you want to take a risk, you can take a risk. You can gamble.
This is to get a W this week, and this is X Factor. I'm thinking we should pick up Taysom Hill, and we should drop Devontae Parker and Cortland Sutton. We can pick them both back up because Devontae Parker is on IR right now. It's not going to let us pick anybody up unless we drop him. Oh, yeah, unless you drop him. So we'll have to drop him, and then we can drop Cortland Sutton, pick up Taysom Hill, and start Taysom Hill over Joe Burrow because Joe Burrow's injured right now. I don't want to take that risk. I think he's the number 13th quarterback right now. I think that Taysom Hill's going against the Jets, and I think that's fucking easy.
And he can run. He's almost like a running back / tight end too. And he can pass.
He runs a lot, and he gets tutties. So yeah, Green Bay, Greg the Leg, and Taysom Hill. Those are my three guys that you should get for this week. As far as for our league, me and Danny have one against each other. It's our hidden talent league. I got Calvin and the Chipmunks. It's the name of my team. His is the New England Buccaneers. I don't even have my starters for this one yet, but right now I have.
I wouldn't have starters either with that bad team.
Oh, that's because last week I just had a bad luck. Like all my players were on a bye week and injured.
Did you lose last week? I don't even know.
Barely. I lost to the last guy in the league by like 10 points or whatever it was. It's because Boston Scott got 0 points. He didn't score anything. I have Joe Mixon. I got Melvin Gordon, T.J. Hawkinson, Van Jefferson, McPherson as a kicker, Amari Cooper, Jamar Chase, Tua Tagovailoa, Pat Freiermuth, Dallas Goedert, Chuba Hubbard. I'm going to drop T.Y. Hilton and pick up somebody else. I was only picking up last week because he owns Houston, and he always does well there. He did not this game. I didn't want to take the risk. I didn't start him, but I just picked him up so nobody else could start him against me. Christian Kirk, I got Tevin Coleman. I'm dropping Calvin Ridley, tired of waiting on him. He is gone to me. And then I have Jalen Hurts, but he's on a bye this week. And I got Michael Carter, who's on IR. I'm not going to say the moves I'm making in my league currently, but I will tell you who I'm starting here in a second.
Some of the other moves you're making, I'm interested.
I just need to get a quarterback and a kicker. Wait, is it a kicker? No, I'm going to get defense. I'm sorry. Waivers. Boom, boom. Okay, I know exactly what I'm doing. Yeah, I know exactly what I'm doing. Okay. I mean, Danny already knows we're either picking up New Orleans or Green Bay's defense. That's what I'm going to be doing, picking up those guys. I like all my wide receivers and whatnot, so I might picking up any of those running backs. There's not anyone worth it on the waiver wire for me to pick up, so I'm just sticking with my guys, Joe Mixon, Chuba Hubbard, and we'll see what Tevin Coleman does this week. He's all right. I might pick up a quarterback. I'm going to have to, actually, because Jalen Hurts is injured. Or not injured. He's injured, but he's also on a bye week, and so is Tua. So I need a quarterback. I'll be dropping Tua to pick up someone random. Not sure yet. Cam Newton's looking pretty strong right there on the waiver wire. He's going against Atlanta. Or I could just take a risk and take Taylor Heineke. We'll see how it plays out. But that was our show for today, guys. We thank you for listening. We're at about an hour and 5 minutes. Oh, wait. Actually, hold on. Denny, go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't do that. What is your team? Who's on your team?
On Hidden Talent?
And yep, and Hidden Talent.
So, Josh Allen. You have Mike Evans. You have Adam Jones. What's that, Adam Jones?
Aaron Jones?
Or was it Mike Jones? Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Aaron Jones. But you have Aaron Jones.
Yeah.
You have Javonte Williams. You have
you got AJ Green, Hunter Renfrow, Darren Waller, Emmanuel Sanders, Ryan Tannehill.
I got a squad.
You got Brandon Ayuk, Josh Jacobs, Tony Pollard, and you also have Moreau, which is
Tony Pollard's going to be big for me.
Waller's backup. Yeah, I think so too. I really do think so too. Oh, look at you go! You have Folk on your team. You dropping him, or you you picking him? You keeping him?
Can't say that.
We'll find out, man.
We'll find out, my brother.
I can't pick him up. There's no room for him on my team.
Yeah.
I don't have anyone I really want to drop besides Calvin Ridley, and I have to pick up a different player for that. So, but yeah, you got anything else you want to add, Danny?
No, I don't. I thought this was a good first show.
It was a long first show, but we got through it. Our shows will be pretty much an hour or shorter going forward. We added
probably
a lot
30 to 45 minutes, maybe less.
We just thought we'd throw a bunch of shit in there.
It's our first show
30
back.
minutes would be solid. I agree. But I will have more music in here. Obviously, I'll fix this ticker down here at the bottom. It'll look a lot better, a lot nicer. We'll have better categories in there and kind of, make it look a little more spicier. But yeah, we appreciate StreamYard letting us use their platform. And I appreciate Danny being on the show with me and doing this today. I kind of want to do one on Sunday or Saturday. So let me know if you're down to do one. All right, Sunday it is, bro. We'll do one on Sunday. So yeah, we'll talk to you guys then. Peace out, guys. Later.
Later, Gators.